Hey everybody, another doozy coming your way. This one's not exactly new news. They've done this about a week ago, but Zillow launched a new 7-day agreement. And what they're saying is Zillow's new touring agreement puts consumers first. Interesting. Let's look at it. So it's a 7-day agreement that we'll define a little bit more, but it's in response to the commission settlements that are happening. Big news in the new real estate industry. So let's see what Zillow's trying to do here. What our touring agreement does. Our touring agreement, which expires after 7 days and covers touring activities only, does not require compensation or exclusivity. That's by design. We believe any negotiation of compensation and what it is will look like for the buyer and agent to work together should happen after both meet and feel ready. At that time, when the additional agreement is signed, the buyer and the agreement should be aligned on all terms and expectations, including compensation, with no surprises. Definitely don't disagree with the statement they made. And they have some other good points that half of buyers tell us they cried at some point in the process, so they didn't like their agent, likely. That most buyers want representation and desire to be well represented. I agree with all these things. Here's the issue with Zillow as a whole, but even Zillow as trying to act like this 7-day agreement is something that's in your favor. The problem is they are correct. You should pick the right real estate agent. But how are you going to find the right real estate agent online? Like, how often have you found a good person? I mean, I would say, I don't know a lot about online dating because I've been married for 20 some odd years, 22. And, so that's, it's a little beyond me. And we didn't have that, but I hear that it's not real successful. So it's kind of the same thing here. Like, you're just clicking, you're not even clicking on Zillow on who an agent is. All you're doing is clicking on a property that you want to see, and Zillow's randomly picking somebody that pays them for you to show up at a listing to show you the property. You know nothing about this person, and you have no clue. Now they're getting you in a 7-day agreement that they can show you properties, which seems for free. And let's just be honest, none of us work for free. Like, it doesn't even make sense. You wouldn't go to work if it was free. So that's not the truth in this. What they're proposing is that you're going to get to know somebody in a showing, but what they've always been about is every time you click on I want to see this property, they send you to another realtor. Randomly you might get a good realtor, right? Every once in a while. But most cases, it's going to be a realtor that's newer and just needs work. And they're often by themselves. They don't have help. They don't have somebody supporting them. And now you're randomly getting somebody that it could be a good realtor, or it could be the most inexperienced, most unethical person on the planet. That's just the randomness of what you're doing by doing these Zillow leads. This 7-day thing is you should meet here's what should happen. You should meet your realtor before you ever see a home. Because there's no point in wasting your time seeing a home with a realtor that you don't want to work with. That's the truth. Like, and you shouldn't be shopping different realtors because that doesn't make sense at all. That would be like your boss coming to you, putting you on a project with 4 other people, let's just say, right? You all work on it for a full month, but the agreement is that after the month's done, the boss gets to review all 4 of your work and decide which one of you he's going to pay by how he decides that your work is done. And again, you have no idea if the one that finds you the house is going to be any good at their job unless you interview them and get to know who they are, get to know their character. The best people to work with are the people that somebody refers you to because they've worked with them and they already trust them. This Zillow thing's a mess. I don't at all agree that it's a good way to go, but Zillow's always been about this. This is not for the consumer. This is so Zillow can continue to make money off of realtors that pay for you as a lead. And most of those realtors, not all of them, some of them are top realtors in the country, But a lot of those realtors have no experience and need you, but don't know how to help you. And that's what you're risking. So if you want to go to Zillow and look for properties, this is the likelihood of what you're going to get. This 7 day, it's a mess. It's not going to help you. There's no way. You're going to have to pay some way anyways. Be better to sit down with the realtor, interview a couple if you don't know one personally, or if somebody hasn't referred. Interview a couple, pick the one you align with best, and talk out. What does this compensation look like? How do I pay it if the seller's not willing to pay it? That's it. It's simple. I'm glad you have the opportunity to do that, and I personally would love to assist you. So if you need a realtor that you can trust, here I am. If you want a realtor that's just random, like throwing dice on a table, and you pray that you don't get the worst set ever, I mean, go to Zillow. But hope that helps. Have a blessed day.